Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to...
Sorry, you're going to have to start that again.
You
I forgot about the intro.
So you'd already picked up your phone, started scrolling
no,
already.
No, it wasn't that.
Stopped talking to my husband.
I was unplugging the mics.
Let's
go again. Sorry.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 41 of the M&T podcast. I'm M.
Oh yeah, I'm T. Hi.
You're T. And today's episode is very much just a therapy session for us.
Very, very much. And we do talk about what has been quite a tough and trialing week, but we do get into more fun stuff, and we do laugh a lot more in the second half, mainly because of the gin.
Yes.
But it's a good one.
It is a good one. It's a good chat. And
I actually really liked it.
Even if you don't listen to all of it, we enjoyed making it. So,
Ha.
Who's laughing now, suckers?
Indeed.
Anyway, we will see you in the episode.
Hello. Hi.
It's usually you that says hello.
I was waiting for you.
I know, sometimes we do just sit here for about 5 to 10 seconds in utter silence, waiting to start.
Seeing who's about to start the vlog podcast.
Wow. Welcome, everybody. Episode 41 of the M&T podcast.
41. Only 9 away from it.
Fucking hell, let's not start this. Jesus Christ.
Oh, I thought you'd like that.
That is, yeah. Well, I think we spend our life in a constant countdown to
the next big thing.
The next big thing. I do want to start by just thanking, firstly, Noel for being on last week's pod.
What a guest.
An incredible guest, a very good friend, and he'll be back, I feel. That's not the last people have heard of Noel. But also thank you to everybody who's listened and tuned in and given lots and lots of comments and feedback on last week's pod.
Yeah, loads
so
of people
thank
commented
you so
and
much.
stuff. That was really good.
People seem to enjoy it.
And a continuation from last week's pod is this week's drink.
It is. We are on the Gin Tonics, sponsored very kindly by Alice.
Thanks, Alice.
Who the fuck is Alice?
Oh,
Classic.
She's not used to. We used to sing that. We used to sing that to her in Magaluf because they used to sing it as part of the Pirates show.
Right.
And whenever Alice was working on Pirates, we used to just get her to stand up.
I bet anyone called Alice hates that.
What about anyone called Tiffany?
Oh, don't make it all about you.
This is my podcast.
That's true, to be fair. Your name's in the title.
And this is a 43% gin, so get to pouring.
All right, so let's get it open. So this was a gift from Alice after I apparently very rudely suggested that all gins taste the same.
Yes.
So this is Roku gin, distilled in Japan. It does look very nice. So nice, in fact, that I don't feel as if you should, like... Waste it, like on stupid helpings, pourings.
Oh yeah. It needs to be
I actually can't.
A levelled pour, and also with an actual tonic and not a slimline. Luckily, the gift pack that we got this with came with 2 tonics.
Well, here's going to be another
tonic con Lima.
Controversial comment. Does the tonic really matter?
Of course it does. Have you had Tesco Value
I can't open this.
Tonic versus not Tiptree? What's it called?
The elderflower. What are they?
Fever Tree.
Oh no, I do know that. Yeah. Oh, I was clearly just being really special. Right, let me give it a whiff.
Smells like gin.
It does. It smells, but it does smell like a good gin. So I'll give it that. So yeah, no rosé, but we are outside again.
Yes.
Do you want to explain why we're outside, my love?
Because this week's been bloody miserable.
So I'm thinking...
That was like a single.
Well, yeah, and I think that's... This is a nice gin. I don't feel as if we should...
But...
What do you think?
I'll take the second one, I think.
Okay, I'll top up the first one. Yeah, this week, let's be British. Let's talk about the weather a little bit. Ibiza, you wouldn't know if you're watching right now, but Ibiza's been shit this week. Lovely. What a sound. Yeah, the weather's just been awful.
Absolutely awful.
Awful.
It rained non-stop for 36 hours.
Yeah. And now a lot of people will be like, oh, well, you should be used to that. But
we're not used to that.
We're not used to that. Remember, folks, we came from Dubai where it rained twice a year.
For about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So I
and then
need
on top of
this
that,
drink.
I moved to Ibiza because I wanted to be in a sunny, warm climate. Cheers. And so, yeah, the weather's been shit. And then on top of that, our house, being a stone house, is bloody freezing. So we're actually only outside right now, not because it's particularly glorious, although it does feel glorious, but actually just to get out.
It's actually warmer out here than in the house. So I have been in a foul mood. I've said
the last
I
couple of
was about
days.
to ask you, but so I said let's get outside, let's pour a drink.
Oh, that is nice.
It is lovely.
Fair play, Alice.
And
Lesson
do the
learned.
pod.
Yeah, get outside.
So here's one for you. How's my week been?
Fucking hell. Do you know what? It has been a week of ups and downs, I feel, for both of us. The ups being, and I think you've enjoyed this, after the pod last week, you know, Noelle hung around for a little while.
Yeah,
We've had a couple of barbecues this week. With had lunch a couple of times out here. We've been able to go into town and grab a canya, we were able to sit on the beach with some of our friends and sort of have a bit of a catch up because the lockdown here allows for that now.
Mm-hmm.
So those are obviously big positives that we've loved. The downsides have been majority of the weather has been awful, and then that has really, I think, impacted. I think it impacts you more than I've ever seen before, really.
Yeah.
Because it's one thing to sort of be stuck indoors, sort of doing your job, but it's another to be really bloody cold while you're doing it, and there's no break from the. And I know a lot of people's lockdowns, that's how it would have been, but for us, this has probably been the most challenging week so far, I would say, for a long time.
Yeah, which is strange because there was no. I don't know. I think it's an accumulation of a lot of different things.
Yeah.
Like, I'm now at 20 weeks into a diet.
Yep. You're doing great, by the way.
Everything's getting heavier.
Yeah.
While I'm getting lighter. So that's kind of.
So it's starting to make sense, isn't it? It's starting to add up.
And then the cold, and like we've had no heating this week, and so I'm affected by the cold anyway.
Yeah.
So this week has actually just been extra on top of that. And then 3 days where I couldn't go outside and train because it was raining.
Yeah.
And I couldn't go outside at all
Yeah.
because I don't actually own a waterproof jacket.
Well, yeah, we've learned. Sorry, folks, there is a cat just at the end of our sneezing.
Ah.
He's probably suffering from hay
So
fever.
I have had a fucking terrible week.
Yeah.
I don't think there are days gone where I haven't cried.
No, you've had a good cry most days, haven't you?
Yeah, which makes me then like tired and worn out, and then that.
Do you feel good once you've had the cry though?
Yeah,
I find
because I feel
sometimes
like
you
you
just need
need
to
it.
get that out.
You need it, and like.
I haven't told you, but I cried in the gym a couple of days ago.
Oh, I did. This morning.
I
Just one of those things.
It was but for me that moment it was an accumulation of. I was listening to songs that I really liked, and they were getting me pumped up, and I was really enjoying them. But again, it's just I don't know. It's just been. I took a mental health day this week, didn't I?
You
took
did.
just a day where I woke up and went, I'm not going to do anything today.
So we had I remember I made chicken dippers for lunch. We had a takeaway curry.
Yeah.
And
I watched World War II documentaries on Netflix, dinosaur films, and I didn't get out of my dressing gown until mid-afternoon.
And I worked from the sofa that day, so it was just like.
And I think it's good that we recognise when sometimes you just need to take that day. But I have to say, I do feel very lucky that we're able to. It really has made me reflect that there were days in the past where I probably needed to do that, but I couldn't. You just have to put the brave face on and go into your job and do your work, and every part of you is saying, I don't want to be doing this, and I can't do this to the best of my ability, but you do anyway. So I just sort of... It's weird that it was a bit of an up and down week, but I feel lucky that I'm able to get through weeks like we've had in the way that I am, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because the thing
I'm trying to reflect on it and be positive.
Yeah, which is good, and that's why because you said to me this morning, because of the state I was in, you were like, we don't have to do the podcast today. We can actually leave it for a week.
Yep.
But I just suggested, like just now, let's get this set up and go. Like, let's do it.
How do you feel now that we're out here doing it?
I feel better.
Feels good, doesn't it?
Because like I'm out in the sun. I'm not cold. I've got a gin. That I guess that helps.
And we enjoy doing the pod anyway.
And we do enjoy it because I think it is kind of. Is it cathartic?
Is that like another word for therapeutic?
Yeah, I think so. So it's like
we've joked with people that this is our version of therapy because we just talk things out.
Yeah. So this week has been weird because looking back, we have had some really good days, and like we obviously vlogged Wednesday.
Yeah, which was a lovely day.
Which was lovely, but then literally Thursday, Friday, Saturday were horrendous.
Yeah.
For me. Yeah. Like you asked me out of 10 how happy I was, and I said 2, and I meant it. Like, it was horrible.
I hated that
and
as well
because
it was
just like
I knew you were having a bad day, but
I
didn't know it was that bad. And then I gave you a hug, and I said, "How is it now?" And you said a 3, so I'll take that.
It's true though. So yes, all in all, we haven't had the most fabulous week.
No.
But today's good.
But
so
that's
far.
okay.
Well, I have cried a lot today, but I feel better this afternoon.
Yeah.
And I think going into a new week next week will be good.
I do think it is all starting to add up about sort of your fitness routine and stuff.
Yeah, not what's going wrong, but where I'm at.
But like exactly what you said, your 20 constant weeks of progress.
Yeah.
Where you're lifting heavier and you're getting lighter. Of course, you're getting stronger as well. But that was never going to be sustainable to keep on going forever. But you've done really well, and what's great is you've got a coach. You use a PT.
She's going to put me on a diet break. I wanted to do it over the birthday, so it might come in a little earlier.
Yeah.
So I might do 2 weeks of a diet break or something.
Nice.
Which is just like I'm still tracking and stuff, but eating at maintenance. So I might be at like 2,000 a day or something rather than 1,600.
Which means you can allow yourself those little
which is why I wanted
treats
to do it
and
over
breaks
the birthday.
and not have to be too harsh on yourself. Which again,
also,
at some
just
point,
more carbs.
Yeah. There's a limit to how far you can go with picking stuff up and putting it back down again without carbs in your body.
Exactly. That means I can have donuts and sweets.
Let's do that.
Yeah, so that's coming. I know, like I said to you earlier, I can be quite objective about it.
Yeah.
Which is mentally a good thing because I'm not like in my head I'm not like, oh, what's going wrong and like I want to give up. It's actually like I know why this is happening. Yeah. And so we're going to look for a solution.
Which is good. It's really good. Like you say, it's you are able to be objective about it because you're quite an objective and logical person anyway. You see a problem and you like to figure out how it's fixed. But I think also your experience of being a PT as well.
Yeah,
like you've dealt with people who are in your position, and you've had to be the person to go, well, let's strip this back and figure out why you're feeling this way. It's not really a surprise, so let's make the necessary changes. So I'm excited for you to sort of see how those changes move.
So we'll figure it out. But yeah, it's not been ideal, but it's things can only get better, as Take That once said.
Is that Take
Things
That?
Can only get better.
No, I wasn't. No.
Can only get better.
No, that wasn't even a boy band.
No,
I don't think.
Who is? That's got to be.
No,
Surely.
I'm gonna look it up. You talk about something else.
What else?
How do you think? How's my week been?
Well, I didn't know you cried in the gym, but
I did have a little cry to
was
myself.
that when you went out in the rain?
It might have been. This probably didn't help.
That was Thursday, and I was like, "What are you doing out in the rain?" And
I just wanted to work out though.
Do you know have you ever played just like sad songs because you want to be sadder? Like, do you know when people do that? It's a thing.
I think some of those sorts of things are good for you. You just need,
the word.
You need to cry it out or do. Like I say, I had a couple of little mental health days. Nothing crazy, but what helped was I wanted to go to the gym because it's good to get some movement.
But it was, you knew what
it was sort of like, I just need to do this.
And then you have to get through it. But
D-Ream, my love.
What? I honestly
were they known as D-Ream or Dream? D
they are a 90s
colon Ream.
They are a 90s boy band though, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh. There wasn't Take That.
Could have sworn that was Take That.
I'm sure they did a cover of it at some point.
Anyway, your week has been along the same level as mine. but you've been holding me up, basically.
Well, we have to, don't we? We have to look out for each other.
That's marriage, my friend.
That is. That's how it works.
But yeah, enough about that.
Enough about our terror. People are like, if
Sorry.
anybody's sort of checking in for the first time because they'd heard episode 40 was so good, so they've subscribed and now they've listened to this, they're probably going, what the fuck? I thought these two were jolly souls.
We talk real life.
We do, and some weeks are better than others.
Indeed.
However, looking forward, we do think that the weather is now turned on the most
I
part.
think we said that before.
Ibiza is opening up again.
Yeah.
So you can go for a little canyon and a little drink with people.
And it's our birthdays soon.
And we are on the countdown to our birthdays as well. So lots to be looking forward to, which is good.
Yeah. I've got some Dubai news that I heard about.
Okay, go for it.
It's to do with the rain and stuff, so that's how it links. Apparently, do you know they used to cloud
The rain in
seed?
Dubai stays mainly in the sky.
Do you know they used to cloud seed, send
Yes.
planes up and do that?
Yeah.
So they're now looking at sending drones up to electrocute the clouds and make it rain. So like put lightning into clouds.
I fucking love Dubai.
How funny is that? I heard that today.
They're just an incredible country where that you go, sure, like people
Surely
like
not.
surely you can't actually do that. Well, no, they actually can. They literally make it rain.
Yeah. It's funny, isn't it? So,
I
that
always
was
love
my
telling
news
that to
of the
people
day.
that when they haven't heard it for the first time, and they're like, "What do you mean they make it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, they send planes into the clouds, and they drop like salt and minerals, don't they?
Yeah.
And it makes the moisture in the clouds heavier, and therefore increases the chance that it will rain,
Yeah.
which is great for." Well, it's just great for their environment generally. It's great for
'cause
the
they're trying to
farming that
make
they
it
do.
greener, aren't they?
Yeah,
So-
and makes it less of a sort of harsh environment.
Yeah.
But when it rains in Dubai, it properly
It
rains.
rains
doesn't it?
and they're not ready for it. The roads are not built for rain and stuff.
It's hilarious. So they're sending
that's
drones
funny.
up now.
Yeah, they're sending drones up now.
Wonderful.
That's funny.
Good for Dubai. I love them.
Do you have any other points to talk about? Because I've got a few questions.
The other thing that I mentioned this to you today, and I need to just sort of get this out in the open. There are too many people that I know that are in the Maldives at the moment.
Oh, God, yeah. I think that's made this week worse. That's the reason behind
That's what it is. I blame the people that have either been or are in the Maldives, because I think I'm having a little bit of Maldives blues.
Yeah.
But
they
it does.
are beautiful blues, aren't they?
There's every shade of blue that you can imagine. Yeah, I mean, we love it there. We went on holiday there.
So
I'm not
many
going to
people
moan
on
about
my
where I
feeds.
am, but you can't help it when, I think this week alone, 4, maybe 5 of my friends, people that I know personally, are there or have been there as our neighbours start up their car right next to our garden. But this is outdoor podcast, folks.
Yeah,
this is
true,
what happens.
True.
So yeah, I think I've had a little bit like because I think this week nothing would have made me feel better than being on one of those beaches. I think,
Yeah.
and just sort of being away
You
from.
kind of just needed that escapism
Yeah,
this week from the rain, because it just was a bit relentless, because
Yeah.
it didn't break.
no, it really was terrible, and I do know that people are going to be like going, like.
But I'm
Get a reality
like,
check
I
and
joke
blah, blah, blah,
and
blah,
I
blah.
say that I'm solar powered, but I think this week actually really
proved it.
that my mood is very dependent on the weather. Maybe next winter I need one of those seasonal effect, like those lights.
Yeah.
The light boxes.
Also doesn't help that, as we say, our central heating sort of ran out.
Yeah. Of gas.
We
Oil.
we have oil to do the central heating in our house. So when it's on, it's lovely, but it ran out of oil, and it's March,
And
we
also-
can't be bothered. We can't really see the point in doing a top up, which will
Yeah.
cost us a few €100.
And also, we can't light the fire because we don't have the car, because
To
the
go and get
car
firewood.
was broken.
Yeah.
So actually, there's so many little things
The
that
more I
have
talk
fed
about
in to our shit week.
just
Jesus.
let's just write the week off. End of podcast, people. We'll see
Well,
you
let's
next.
get on to the questions.
Okay, let's do it.
question
But to end this bit,
Yeah.
if you are in the Maldives or going to the Maldives, please don't take offence that I'm probably going to block you just for a little
Yeah.
while.
Yeah, definitely.
And if anybody wants to sponsor sending
trip
us
to
there,
the
I'll happily take
Location
it.
pod.
Yeah, we'll do a pod. You just have to send us there. Be lovely. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
All right, question time.
Question time.
Man and Tiff's question time.
Oakley dokley. I have got a fair few.
It's funny this week. Firstly, I didn't put anything out to say send us your questions until like a couple of hours ago. So I've been a bad pre-podder. So I've only got a few things come through, but you've said you've had quite a bit come through to you. So you're pretty much going to be hosting, I believe, my love.
Okay, great. So the first couple
I've got 3.
From Medea, I can never say it right because it's got an accent on the E. Anyway.
What would that do? What kind of accent? One of the, like, what I would say is like a comma, but on top.
Yeah, an accent.
It emphasises that vowel, doesn't it? So it's like Medea? Medea?
Well,
anyway.
We've butchered that one.
Sorry.
Anyway, do we miss Dubai?
I do sometimes, yeah. Generally, no. On the whole,
generally no, but sometimes.
But there
yes.
are times, yes. And honest, I know this is definitely going to be a pod that's about the weather and the impact it has on us. We've joked before, or in jest, sort of said that we could do a split life of or at least go to Dubai and sort of, because you work remotely and I can do what I do from anywhere, which is nothing.
Maybe next March
is that we actually could get out of here when the weather's at its worst, and just to sort of have a change of scenery and just go, and not on a holiday, but just base ourselves from a friend's house in Dubai or something. It
would be a holiday.
We'd treat it like a holiday.
Because if you went for a month, for example, every Friday
4 brunches.
You would go to brunch, and then ladies' days and pool clubs, beach clubs.
You've turned really uncool, haven't you?
I know, very quickly.
Go to the discotheques.
Go to the discotheques. But yeah, I think it would be hard to work. What I would do is get as much work.
Is a month not long enough then? Is that what you're saying?
No, I would like to go maybe for a full month, like 1st to the 31st, because
of what? Why did
any month?
Okay.
But because I always plan people's socials, like the last
so
week
you could
of the
make
month.
it work.
So the first 2 weeks are pretty chill, so I could have my fun, and then I get my head down for 2 weeks.
I'm honestly not ruling out that maybe next winter we think about doing something like that.
And then we can go hop over to the Maldives.
Yeah, island hopping.
Why not?
So yeah, from time to time I do miss it. I miss people there as well. Like, it's just we've got friends that are there, and Emma comes and joins on the Clubhouse. Shout out to Emma because I know she listens, and it's always nice to sort of chat with her and chat with old work colleagues from time to time, and they're like, this is what's going on, and you're like, oh yeah, it's like we've got people there. Like, if we would land and immediately have things to do,
absolutely,
and people to see, which is nice. And I do love that
maybe the first 2 weeks we're there in secret so I can do work.
That might not be a bad idea actually.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
We wouldn't tell anyone. We'd just get there, get some work done,
and then be like, surprise, and then just rock up at people's houses.
Yeah. Or just at brunches. We could just be at brunches.
Just be at where people are going, and just like.
We know that you're going to that brunch, and we'll just be there.
Okay.
Dubai people, what do you think? Are you going to pay for us to come and stuff?
Everything needs to be sponsored now.
I'm begging on this spot.
Get me out of here.
I've become a beggar.
Medea also asked for more business information from us both.
Okay.
Because she just wanted to know more about what we do. So, 30-second pitch. Go.
30-second pitch. So, my business is very much a startup. I don't really consider it a business or work because it is a hobby that just happens to make me some money. But it is going pretty well. In short, I design and make and sell cycling kit. Or if you ask my nan, I sell bicycles. I don't know how that got lost in translation, but she was like, have you sold any bicycles? It's like, no, Nan, I don't sell bicycles. But yes, I make and sell cycling kit.
Very pretty cycling kit.
It is pretty stuff, and I do love that people love it as well. And actually, I sold another one this morning, so...
And what's it called, Matthew?
It's my business is called Lavello. A lot of people, it needs an accent on the E in order to become Lavello.
Actually, it does.
It does.
So you do need to add the
accent. Because actually, said in English, it's Lovello or Lovelo. So I should actually put...
That's
yes,
what you... Yep.
I should put an accent on the E. It's called Lavello Cycling. There's always a link to it.
In the show notes
and on YouTube and stuff. So go and have a look. I just enjoy it. It's just a bit of fun for me, but it is picking up, and I am selling stuff. That was more than 30 seconds.
Definitely, it's about 3
What do
minutes.
you do? That wasn't 3 minutes. Behave yourself.
So my business is called Tiffany Bennett.
Where did you get that from? Is there an accent on any of those vowels?
Inspiration. And I am a copywriter and social media manager based in Ibiza. This is my clubhouse one.
You say this quite a lot, don't you? Because
Yeah.
you're on so many clubhouses and calls and stuff where you
Yep.
have to do this.
And I basically write things for people and make shit sound good. I don't say that, but I can on the pod.
I make shit sound good.
And I do that, and I manage social media accounts for people who don't have the time to do so.
Nice.
Yeah.
You do it very well as well. And what I always like is that although you have that's your tagline, like that's what you do, you end up doing so much more, don't you?
Yeah,
People
I'm writing
use
podcast show notes at the moment.
Yeah, people use you for just like tech support as well, though, don't they?
I did. I went to see a lovely lady on the island who has a Squarespace website, which I deal with a lot. And she wanted to make sure that all of her scheduling was linking properly, and her calendars and her phones and her emails were all set up properly, because she wanted to separate her personal from her business. And so she just kind of hired me for a couple of hours to help her do that, and and it all was very successful, and she was really happy.
I think it's very good that you can do that. You're very adaptive, and there's not much you can't do.
Yeah, so get hold of me if you need things.
Yeah.
Basically.
If you want shit to sound good.
If you want shit to sound good, come to me. I have words and things.
Basically, she's bookmarked a thesaurus in her Safari. And if you can't do that, she'll do it for you.
Yes,
Nice.
basically.
Nice.
Hey, that's not true.
But yeah, I mean, that's our business is. That's what we do.
Yeah.
We
that's us.
don't see our content creation as business, do we? But actually, we were saying earlier, I think our vlogs and our podcasts they've got you clients, and they've sold me merchandise because we put content out. So I wouldn't say
thank you everybody who's
Yeah.
listening or watching that has bought something from us.
there's people that have stuck with us for so long.
I know.
And we just rabbit on about a load of shit.
We do.
I don't really understand how it works,
like
but
it's actually true.
I think that's why people like us, because we are not polished business people at all,
God,
are we?
absolutely not.
No, making it up as we go along and hoping for the best,
Yes.
and crying us
And crying
quite
along
often.
the way. Jesus Christ. Oh God. Okay, next one, an easier one from Bill.
Oh, classic.
What's your favourite pick and mix selection and why?
Pick and mix selection.
Yeah, so what do you go for at a pick and mix?
I do like a jazzy.
Oh yeah.
I think they're underrated in the pick and
I
mix
do
world
not-
because they're chocolate.
People will be going, what's a jazzy? It's that white chocolate disc with the sprinkles
Yeah.
on top.
Love a jazzy.
What about the giant jazzies?
Well, the bigger the better.
That's what she
I am a
said.
big fan of a large jazzy.
But a lot of people, when talking about pick and mix, don't like to mix chocolate and jelly.
Yeah.
What do you feel about that?
No, I have no problem with it.
Nor do I.
A bag of anything.
Don't put the fucking mice in there though. The pink
I
and
like
white-
the white mice.
They don't even taste like chocolate.
That's because I don't think they're supposed to.
But they're supposed to
They're
be
gelatine.
No, they're not.
No.
The
I know which
white
ones you
mice
mean.
are
Yeah.
chocolate,
Well, I like
but they
them.
taste like powder.
I like them.
I go for... What else do you go for? I go for sour.
See, you do go
love
more sour than
sours.
I would. I don't mind a sour sweet.
I love sour sweets.
But I also like the ones that've got, like the white fluffy-ish bits, but you don't like those. So in like a Haribo Star Mix, I like the egg and the heart because I like that white
that
stuff.
white, like you... Oh, God.
But you don't like that. It's why we work, Tifflar.
Yes. I like the sour things. I like the Haribo strawberries and the cherries, and the sour versions of those. I do also love a chocolate raisin.
Yeah,
You like a chocolate
I do.
raisin.
I'm a fan of a chocolate raisin.
The chocolate bits I add in. What are they normally? I do add jazzies, but I also add... Maybe I don't add that much chocolate.
I don't think you do. You like a strawberry lace as well,
love a
don't
lace.
you?
The
Yeah.
ones with the white in the middle.
White in the middle, but that's the white stuff.
That's not the same white stuff. It's
It
on the
is.
back of a jelly sweet. Fuck off.
It is.
No, it is not. It is not the same stuff.
I think it is.
Absolutely not. Get out. And I like little I love wine gums and midget gems.
So I would say you're now moving away from pick and mix, and you're
Wine
going.
gums go into pick and mix. They're in the pick and mix at a cinema.
If you'd let me make my point, woman, you start moving into things that are already available in the package standalone.
Oh, okay.
And to me, a pick and mix, like an old school proper pick and mix, is the stuff that you could only get in pick and mix. Do you like a bonbon?
Yeah, I like a bonbon, like the strawberry ones.
Quite like a
Don't
lemon
like the
bonbon.
toffee ones.
I don't usually like anything lemony. Like I don't like a lemon meringue pie, but I do like a lemon bonbon.
Oh, now I want pick and mix.
Let us know in the comments. What's your favourite?
Yeah, send us the sweetie emoji.
What is the sweetie emoji?
There's sweet.
There's a few, aren't
There's
there?
a lolly. There's a sweet.
Yeah, send us sweet emoji this week. Let us know
now
that
I
you're
wanna
thinking
go to,
about
like,
sweets.
Cineworld and go get really expensive
bag.
pick and mix.
Yeah.
Because we used to go to Candylicious in Dubai, and that is like
Stupidly overpriced, but
also
but
like
it's got
Willy
everything.
Wonka.
Yeah.
It was amazing. They had like Hershey's and everything in there, and Jolly Ranchers and stuff.
Good question, Bill.
Pick and
Let
mix.
us know. What's
Let's go
yours?
to the pick and mix shop in Ibiza.
Can we move on?
Pick and mix.
Move on.
Okay. Thanks, Bill. That was a good one. All right. Melissa on Instagram said, "What are your favourite Ibiza-based brands?"
Lavello Cycling. That's a decent Ibiza-based brand. Ibiza. We use.
I like Ibiza Chili Company, the hot sauce
Yeah, for
company.
the hot sauces, and we use Ibiza Eco.
Ibiza Eco.
For sort of soaps and creams that you get and stuff.
Eco-friendly stuff.
They sell a lot of eco-friendly sort of home-based products and things, which is good. I'm sure I know of
We haven't
many,
been to the craft beer place yet that sells their beers.
Hibiscus.
Hibiscus for wine.
We do like an hibiscus wine. So yeah, there's a few. There are so many Ibiza-based brands that sell great stuff, and I love that we continue to sort of learn what they are and discover them and stuff. Because we try to commit to island life, don't we? And
yeah, we try to order from the island.
we like to support local business, which includes going out for beers at local bars.
Indeed. That's a good one. Good question.
It is a good question. If anybody knows of any brands that we should know
that we've
about,
missed.
I would love to sort of be introduced to other Ibiza-based brands that maybe we don't know.
Yeah, definitely. I've got one from Hannah on Instagram that is, how do you guys feel about tourism and busy season starting back up now that you've settled into life and it's been quiet the whole time? Do you think you'll feel more protective of the islands?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, put really simply, yes, because I don't know.
We're a bit like that
we
already.
get a little bit. We do already get a little bit defensive and a little bit sort of uptight when we see or stumble across like posts in Facebook groups and things that are like, can't wait to get there and like
Ibiza workers.
Can't wait to just be off my face and lose myself at the West End and blah blah blah. And you're like, obviously. I love that about Ibiza. It's what sort of brings a lot of people here and why they love it. I do know now, and I did anyway, but I definitely know now there's a lot more to Ibiza than that. But what I think at the moment I'm most not like sort of frustrated by is that the island has done really, really well in reducing its contagions, and it's in a really good place. And there seems to be this little bit of like a British mentality that because their vaccines are going so well, they can go where they want, when they want, and do what they want. And it does make me go a little bit like, well, only if you like can get into the island in the first place. You can't just turn up and do what you want. And the reality is this summer isn't going to be like that anyway. It's going to be open. Absolutely, there's going to be things to do, and people are going to have lovely holidays. But it's not going to be the Ibiza that people think it is. And it frustrates me a little bit that that's how people are sort of acting or behaving or saying at the moment.
That's because people see it as a holiday destination.
Yeah,
and
you can't blame them.
Yeah, which it is. You know, that's where they get all of the... This is where this island gets basically 80% of its money is tourism.
Yeah.
So, you know, they've got to think like that. And I know that we're open to other European countries over Easter, so actually international tourism can happen.
Yep.
Spanish people can't come, but Germans and
hilarious.
everybody else can.
Such weird
But then we'll
thing.
see how that goes with numbers, because if that messes us up, then that's another step back for summer, and we all know that summer's important to the island and it's
so
needed.
important.
So yeah, we are protective.
Do you know what
and
I
we'll
think?
be like, why is there so much traffic on the roads?
Yeah, why is it so loud?
Why are there
Do you know
so
what?
many people?
But I think where we live, I think totally helps with that, because we've picked to live in a nice little house that's in a small, quiet town anyway.
Yeah.
This place doesn't suddenly change in summer.
No, apart from that hotel.
Apart from the hotel in front of us, which could end up being
Banging
really
tunes,
lively.
yeah.
But San Antonio is a half an hour's drive away, so we're never going to find ourselves accidentally in a situation where it's it's louder than I thought it would be, because we'll go to San Antonio to do that.
For lols.
Like, we'll want to go over there and
Yeah.
get involved with
Yeah.
that and go to our usual favourite bars and restaurants and stuff and have a night out. So I actually think, yes, I'm a little bit more protective of the island than I maybe used to be, but that's because I live here. But where we live helps, because
Yes.
we don't live in a mental place anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I can separate myself from it.
Nice.
Good question.
Yeah,
These
that
are
was a good
great
one.
questions this week.
Thank you. I've got 4 more questions.
Can I do
but
one of mine?
I don't have any drink.
Well, we don't have any tonic left.
We have Casera.
Can you do gin and casera?
I can certainly give it a go.
Should we give it a try?
Yeah.
All right, let's go
on.
get some drinks.
Go get a Casera. I'm going to need a gin jacket because the sun's gone behind the tree and I'm no longer
Yeah,
warm.
I've got the last of the sun.
I can't see.
Um,
Tell me when.
Stop. So, little drink break. We've not done that before. Well, let's just stop just to get more drinks, because
Yeah.
we usually have enough here. People are going to wonder what casera is.
It's a 0-calorie sweet fizzy water.
It's very nice,
It's a bit like
isn't it?
lemonade.
Yeah, it is like, think of, just flavoured fizzy water, but it's just got a sweet taste.
Delicious.
It's not flavoured per se. Is that good? Is that good,
Delicious. Yeah, it's good. You wanted to ask a question of your own.
Well, it's a question that's aimed at you. This is Emily Mason,
Hey,
winner
Emily.
of our first ever
I've
giveaway.
got one from her too.
Question for Tiffla. She's looking fab, by the way. Both
Thank
of you
you.
are. Thank you very much.
Looking fab, feeling fab.
All the hard work in the gym is definitely paying off. I'm finding it difficult to stick to anything if I'm not seeing results quickly. Do you have any advice on staying focused? I really could have made the most of the lockdown with the extra time, but it's been hard to focus on health and fitness.
I think everyone thinks that about the lockdown, and I definitely did for lockdown round 1 before we moved here, because I had all of the good intention.
Everybody did, didn't
and
they?
then you realise you're in a fucking pandemic. Like, don't worry. Like, I get it now. People are like, things are opening, let's get something started. But don't rush it either, because first of all, if you, like, for example, drop your calories to like 1,200, you're going to be miserable eating that much, and because you're trying to get the quick results.
And
right?
you won't be able to stick with it either.
Absolutely not, because you're going to be tired, you're going to be angry, you're going to be weak.
Yep.
And so, like, no point. What you have to do is look at everything as a whole. Like, I take measurements, I take photos, I obviously track every workout so I know that I'm lifting heavier, and I have goals for that. And obviously I can get into clothes that I haven't got into in a while. Like, I put on that dress last week, didn't I? And I was like, this
you
hasn't
actually
done
ran
up.
in and you were like, is this it at the top? And I was like, yeah. And you were like, oh my God,
Yeah,
it hasn't been at the top for years.
Well, yeah, it's been a couple of years since I've worn that, and it hasn't fit.
Those are great little milestones, aren't they?
But that's the thing, it's that day-to-day stuff
Yeah.
that you realise, oh, actually, I've eaten a meal and my jeans don't feel as tight as normal.
Yeah.
Or
Take that. That's a little win.
that is a little win. Or
Yeah.
like a notch on your belt, or just like feeling comfortable. I always know when I'm feeling better because more photos of me go on my Instagram. I take more photos.
You feel
of
happier
me.
to put more pictures
Yeah.
up, don't you?
So there's little things, and you have to just take a step back and pretend it's kind of not you, and look at the whole and go,
Yeah.
well, actually, I know I've lost this much weight. Or if your weight hasn't changed for 3 weeks, something else would have. I
Yeah.
promise you.
Yeah.
Something else. You've either lifted heavier, or you've not felt so hungry on the calories you're on, or your clothes fit a bit better. There's always something that is improving, but they don't all happen at once, and they don't all happen together.
And people, I think, get way too hung up on the weight number.
Yes, your relationship to like gravity.
Yeah, like it's which is funny because it's the only thing that I track is my weight, but that's because my initial goal was I wanted to just lose some weight. So that's really the only thing that matters. I kind of wish that I had done more progress photos and stuff.
Oh my God, yes, because you are so like you're skinnier. Your beer belly's gone.
Yeah, basically, I've lost.
But like when we did that little photo shoot of your Lavello stuff, we really noticed in you, and you put a different size jersey on.
I've gone down a jersey size.
Yeah, so like it's those little things.
But
that
those
are really
aren't
important.
things. Those aren't things that you notice on the daily.
No.
Like I have just finished my 11th week of a workout plan in the gym. It's the longest I've been committed to anything. And on the daily, I really don't notice any difference at all. And if you only go by the numbers of your weight, this week I've gained half a kilo. So that would be enough for a lot of people to go, well, this isn't working. I'm clearly not a person that can diet. What's the point anyway? I'm miserable. I'm not enjoying it. I might as well just eat pizza because this is just who I am. But I know why I've gone up because I haven't done any of the walking because the weather's been shit.
Yeah.
And we did have a couple of extra little takeaways that we wouldn't usually have. So I'm not bothered because I know that this coming week it'll be okay again.
And like you
it
say,
does just take, even on the days where you go, nothing's changing, do it anyway.
Yeah.
Just keep going.
And you've got to just be objective. And yes, you're not going to feel like it every day. So like I know that some workouts I probably could have bumped up my weight, but actually the point of that workout was to just get through the workout and do the moves. Yeah. So sometimes I don't go up in weight. And there's always another chance to do it. So, and if anyone wants an accountability partner, I'm quite good at that too. So just message me. And it is difficult, but stick at it. And just don't starve yourself. I've not dropped my calories in 19 weeks.
We talked about this a few days ago, I think, on one of our walks where we were talking about how healthy and fit actually we do feel compared to maybe how we were at the start of the year or even when we moved over here. Because like you say, lockdown 1 and 2, or whatever they are, particularly lockdown in Dubai, did fuck all. I just ate.
Oh, we did. We ate. We ordered in,
and that's
so
okay.
Much.
And I really don't think that people should put so much pressure on themselves on thinking that I should have used this lockdown to do. If you got through lockdown and you're happy and healthy and you're here, then congratulations, you got through a global pandemic, and that's enough.
Yes.
And actually, maybe use the ending of a pandemic to be the thing that spurs you on. Maybe that's the moment, rather than regretting.
Like, pick a thing and kind of get that right first. So maybe start looking at your food for a couple of weeks, or start getting your steps at a better place, and then bring something else in. Don't go overhaul on diet, walking, gym. Don't do it all, because it's so overwhelming.
We just
not only in your mind,
just added in
but
walks,
it's
didn't
overwhelming
we?
It's overwhelming your body. Everything is a stress. Exercise is a form of stress.
And you will not sustain it. And guess
Exactly.
what? At the day that you finally go, I can't sustain this, you'll binge eat, you'll binge drink, and then you'll give up.
Oh, that was my thing that I achieved this week. Because actually, in the past, my mood has very much made me eat fucking everything.
Yeah.
But my food this week has actually been on track.
Well, there you go. Congratulations.
So, but that's because when I do my check-in each week with my coach, I have to write, one of the questions is, what have you achieved this week? I'm like, well, I did some of the workouts.
Yeah.
But I also did not mess up my nutrition.
Yeah. You didn't have a full-on meltdown.
No, well,
congratulations, which is great.
Yeah.
You had several mini meltdowns, but no full-blown meltdown.
And that's the thing. Again, be objective about what you're doing.
Nice. But I think
Good question.
Nice just to you now. It's nice to know that people are noticing. You're doing great stuff. And I think it's really nice that people reach out to sort of ask
and also,
how you get on.
I think it's also good that people know that it's not always sunshine and rainbows.
It's fucking hell, it's not. Don't compare yourself
Instagram
to what
reel.
you see on Instagram. Yeah.
Highlight reel. But people will notice now, I've not put a photo up on Instagram for about a week and a half.
Well, you say people will notice. They probably haven't.
No,
but you have.
I know now, because I know the last video I put up.
Yeah.
And it's just, like it's been a while because I have not been in that space where I've been happy. So like it's noticeable.
So now you know, folks. When you start to see more pictures of Tiff on her own Instagram, that's because she's happy.
Yeah.
Just a sort of a follow-up question, because there seems to be a bit of a theme. But Byron messaged me.
I got another one too.
That said, "What is your motivation? What drives you to keep going, keep doing what it is that you're doing? Whether that be fitness, professional, personal, whatever it is." He didn't really stipulate.
That's fair enough. Like fitness stuff, it's because I've done it before and I know that I can do it again. Well, I think I can do it again. But it's because I have gone through like all of this before. So actually, and that's where I want to be, and I want to be able to be there and maintain it. So I know that I can do it. And so my motivation is to just get back to that kind of stage for fitness.
I just want to look and feel good in the summer.
Well, exactly. You want, like, my main motivation is to be able to wear a bikini at a beach club and not feel self-conscious.
Yes.
That is it.
It's one of those.
Think about that.
It is more about your mental feeling, because as you know, you as an individual, you're always going to care more than anybody else does.
Yeah.
We would be going to beaches and beach clubs anyway, but I want to be able to enjoy that more, basically. If you can go and have less anxiety about
the way you look, especially in Ibiza.
Yeah, because everyone turns up here absolutely ripped to shreds. Well, not everybody. Again, that's a generalisation. But there are a lot of people that just get ripped to shreds. Probably
for
aren't
1 week in Ibiza.
Yeah, probably aren't that healthy or happy by doing it. By the way, come here, get some great Instagram photos, and then fuck off.
That's also a tip my coach always said. Like, if you want to diet for a holiday, your last 2 or 3 weeks of that diet shouldn't be you should be trying to get back up to maintenance and stay looking the same. Because actually, when you go on holiday, rather than going from diet calories to holiday calories, you're actually already most of the way there by trying to get back to maintenance. Very smart.
So you want to be at your lowest calories and sort of most skinny and least weight 2 to 3 weeks before you go on your holiday.
Yeah, 3 or 4, I would say. And then you slowly bring those calories up and still do the exercise. So actually, you don't get like fatter.
No.
Like your fat's not going to come back. Your body just regulates.
Yeah.
And so when you go on holiday and you start smashing the vodka Fanta Limons, you're still going to look fine. You're not going to kind of bloat out right away like a lot of people do when they go on holiday. And you're looking and feeling your best as well.
Cool.
There we go.
So
nice.
Much fitness.
I've got a couple of
stuff.
fitness.
Keep going.
Here. So from Emily Mason. Thoughts on indoor or stationary bikes like Peloton versus outdoor cycling? Any advice for a newbie cyclist?
If you're a newbie cyclist, don't buy a Peloton. That's a hell of an investment for something you don't know whether you're going to enjoy yet.
That's a good shout. What if you really like spin class?
If you then you're not as the beginner that I was told that you are.
I don't see a spin class as being a cyclist. I see a spin class as being someone who likes spin
I do think you have to separate them. So I like both. But I use them both very differently. So cycling outdoors for me doesn't feel like it's like a planned workout, because you don't know how hard you're going to have to ride or where you're like. I mean, you can to a degree. You can know which roads are, I'm going to push hard on that road and rest on that road, and then I've got that climb and stuff like that. But that's not. Then you stop enjoying the riding for what it is, which should be just going out and getting some fresh air, seeing a great view and finding a great road and stuff. And if anything, just emptying your head, which is what I've always liked outdoor cycling for. Spin classes are good because you tend to have a great instructor who will push you and will make you probably ride harder than you would if you were on your own. And I think that's why Peloton works as well, because you can do it in the privacy of your own home. Whenever you want, but you've still got that instructor. I think it's a great concept, but it's so expensive.
What if you just got a spin bike and did a YouTube video?
You'd get exactly the same results.
Yeah.
As long as you find something that works for you. You've got to find a video that you like, and Obviously, you won't want to watch that over and over and over and over
Yeah,
because you'll get bored of it.
Apple One do it, don't they?
Yeah, Apple
One?
Health Fitness subscription, which I've never really looked into, but they have similar. If you're just getting started and you feel like you're just going to be safer and you find it easier to be indoors, just get yourself a bog standard stationary bike. Spin bike, whatever. Spin bikes are good because they're weighted.
I wouldn't get a stationary
but
bike.
Anything. I mean, it just does the job.
I'd get the one that you can change, that you can adjust. Not just a stationary bike. I think they're terrible.
Okay, but they still work.
Yeah.
If that's what works
I
for
know,
you.
but we're asking for our advice. So my advice.
Oh yeah, well,
is a
given the choice,
stationary.
you would have what's called a watt bike. They're sort of the big heavy wheel that's magnetic and it has a dial to be harder and things like that. They're very good because you can't stop your legs.
Yes.
But just I say it to anybody who's getting into cycling, don't go too expensive too quickly because it can become a very expensive hobby. And if it turns out you don't like it, you've spent a lot of money.
Yes.
So like whether you're buying a bike, you're buying your first bike kit or whatever, and I'm not going to drop my own brand in here for a second time today, but don't go for top end stuff straight away because
no idea.
Yeah, which a lot of people do because they like the look of it or they like that their friends like it and it looks appealing. It's not glamorous and it's not sexy and pretty all the time, but the photographs can make it look that way. Make sure that you enjoy it and then upgrade things as you go.
Nice.
But a bog standard mountain bike from Halfords will do the job for you. Go out and enjoy the outside, especially as the weather's getting a bit better now.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And then from Byron, how many kilometres have you cycled in Ibiza?
Not enough, Byron. There's me telling people through my experience of cycling. I haven't cycled yet once in 2021.
The gym, you're enjoying actual weight
that's
workouts.
It. At the moment, I just enjoy that. I have been thinking a lot more recently that it's time to go out, especially now that
it is time.
The weather's getting better. And you could say that makes me a fair weather cyclist. I'm absolutely fine with that.
Do people judge people for that?
Well, yeah, you're like within the proper cycling community, people would be like, well, you're not really a cyclist if you only go out on Sundays when it's sunny.
Get to fuck.
Well, I know, exactly. I don't believe that because I think you should just ride when you want to ride. I don't like going out if I'm not going to enjoy it because part of what I enjoy is the fresh air and the sun on your back and the view that you get because the rides around here are beautiful and the ones that I have done I have absolutely loved and I get addicted to it very, very quickly. But when it's shit out, like it takes ages to get ready, put all your layers on, and then you get on a bike and you're not going to really enjoy it that much because you just sort of head down and I just want to get this done and I just want to get home again. And then it takes ages to get unready and then you got to clean your bike. Unready. And like it's just...
I do think though...
I don't want it to ever become a chore. I always want it to be something that is fun.
And also when you do get back into things, you get into it. So it might come to a point where maybe when you drop under your kind of end goal weight that you have in the gym and you've worked really hard there and you've kind of got to that point, you're actually then 8 kilos, 10 kilos lighter to get on a bike. And
which is a big difference when you approach a hill.
And so actually that might be a time where actually I'm going to cycle now, and then you'll get into that, and you won't do the gym. For 3 months
potentially.
But
I think that's more likely to be the case in the summer when it's just going to be glorious every day, and you can guarantee waking up, going on the bike, and going out, and it'll be great. But
that would be cool.
As I say, I do it because I enjoy it, and if I'm not going to enjoy it, I'm not going to do it. Because what's the point? And I do what I want.
And we do what we want.
Literally.
So the last cycling question, from T Jones, would you consider doing a bike tour of the island? I don't know whether that means doing one or hosting one.
I would love to do one. There are routes that you can do and I've looked at them. And
would you do overnight camping?
Do you know what? The island's not that big.
No, but people do.
But you could.
People walk the coast and do 10 days
and
they camp overnight.
If you wanted, you can. There is a #Ride the Island route that is probably about 4 or 5 hours of cycling.
Oh wow!
But I mean, this is one of the things I am looking forward to this coming summer is to go and cycle in different areas and sort of tour the island a little bit more.
That'd be cool.
Until I've done that myself, I'm not going to host one.
Can my car take a bike rack?
I don't think it can, but it would be useful if it could.
Yeah, because you have to like
'Cause then
get somewhere.
Yeah, because then you could take the bike somewhere and ride around
Yeah.
there. Whereas at the moment, I'm limited to, I have to cycle wherever I'm going to cycle.
Yeah.
And yeah, the island's not that big, but it's very fucking hilly. So you
It's
can
not
go.
flat, is it?
It's not flat. So you can look at a route and go 30, 40, 50 kilometres. That's not bad. I can smash one of I could go
Yeah,
and
it's
smash
50
that out. No
kilometres
problem with that.
upwards.
Yeah, it's 50 kilometres of just a wall. And yeah,
But then, you know, if you go up, you got to come down. So.
you do. And that's scary.
That's true, yeah. No, I hate downhill.
Coming down is sometimes just as hard as going up.
Yeah, indeed.
Lots
Okay.
of cycling questions. I
I've
love
got
it.
one more question from Diane Brooks.
Mm-hmm.
How's the garden coming along?
Garden's good. We're out in it. Yeah, loving the. In fact, those who are watching on YouTube, I think you can just see,
Our new
which we
bar.
did show in our last vlog. We've got a bar near the table now. Yeah, the garden's good. Everything's coming to life.
It is indeed. And the rain's been good for the garden.
That's what I say. If you're going to put a silver lining on those never ever ending clouds, it's that the rain was good for the garden.
Oh dear.
But yeah, really, my big project now is to just get the deck done, ready
that'll
for
be
summer,
good.
so that we've got a little sun deck at the back of the garden.
Yep, and then, perfect. All right, that's all my questions. Do you have more?
Are we going into Would You Rathers, or
Yes.
do you not have any of those?
I have 3 would you rather.
Yeah, okay, then let's do Would You Rather.
Now it's time for M&T's Would You Rather?
Thank you very much, Chris Marsden, once again, for the lovely jingle. And let's get into Would You Rathers.
Yeah, how many
I
do you
have one.
I have 3.
Okay, you go first.
Hannah said, would you rather be in jail for 5 years or be in a coma for a decade?
A coma for a decade.
I likened this to being in the blip on
Oh, in the Avengers.
So I'd rather be in the coma.
Yeah, because I think I've said before on the pod.
Do you age in a coma?
Well, I don't know. Well, I think we've just discussed comas before. Like, part of me goes, "Do you know, that's, a few years of sleep. It's not bad, is it?"
Why are you
But
in a coma?
this cat in our garden is still sneezing. I'm sure people can't hear it on the pod, but we do have a cat that is right near.
Oh, I think it's allergic to like grass.
Well, then get out the grass, you moron. Yeah, I would go with a coma because I think you'd be less aware.
Also jail, yeah.
5 years in jail, you're going to be aware of that 5 years. But 10 years in a coma, it's only really a pain in the ass for other people.
Exactly.
Not
They've got
me.
to come in and speak to you because
Yeah.
apparently you can hear and stuff.
Yeah.
This one's very apt from Hannah. Would you rather give up air conditioning and heating for the rest of your life or give up the internet for the rest of your life? I'd give up the internet.
You would now, wouldn't you?
I would this week.
Yeah.
Normally I would say I'd give up air conditioning and heating, but my misery levels from this week
Yeah.
have
It's
put that into...
it's
I'd be very Ibiza though, wouldn't I? Give up the internet.
well, yeah. Well, I don't know how you'd do your job though, love.
No, I wouldn't. I couldn't
Social
do
media
much.
manager with no internet access.
I'd make a new social media.
What it's called being social.
Yeah, it's just called being.
It's social media without the internet. So I got rid of the word media, and so it's just social.
Someone's gonna in a few years, someone's just gonna do that.
You reckon someone's going to monetize social?
Being social.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am a social manager.
Yeah.
And therefore I support you with your
Social activities.
social activities.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
That's
is
definitely
definitely going to happen, isn't it?
Yeah. for
I
sure.
can't be bothered
It's
to
gonna come full
monetize it myself.
circle.
Someone is going to monetize
Yeah.
that, absolutely, if they're not already.
So if I had money and I didn't have to have a job, I'd give up the internet because also there's so much negativity and bullshit on the internet.
I also don't think that's helped us this week as well. Because there's not been anything or much to do either. It's just been a lot of
It's a lot of scrolling.
And it just doesn't do anyone the world of good. So now that the weather's better, and it is going to stay this way it is, will be better.
Yes, absolutely.
But this week I would like some heating, please.
Yes. My last one from Sharon Cole is...
Cheryl Cole?
Sharon Cole. Cheryl Cole isn't Cole.
Shaz. Is this Shaz?
Shaz,
Mine's
yeah.
from Shaz as well.
Would you rather win the lottery or live twice as long?
Win the lottery. I don't want to live too long.
No.
Twice as long. Let's say I'm supposed to get to 80. Get to 160. Fuck, that's a lot of bullshit to go through, isn't it?
That's a lot.
It's a lot of people that's going to annoy me. Think about
and enough do now.
Think about how much the youth of the you right, because I'm already pissed off by teenagers,
yes.
the youth, which I hate because I don't think I'm any different, and I don't think I've changed
You
since I
are
was
a
17.
youth.
Exactly, but think how much they will annoy you when you're 160. I don't see any benefit
Yeah.
in living past
Again,
100.
I'm
would not.
going to technicalities and like, does your mind age? Does your body age? Because actually, think of a body, like a body at 90 is fucking old.
Here's how I would have it. If I could get to 80 and then my life goes in reverse.
Benjamin Button.
Yeah. So with every day you get healthier.
But you do live twice as long, technically.
You do live twice as long, but
Oh, that second half would be legit.
I think life backwards is better.
You just get healthier.
You just get
and then
healthier.
people look after you
Then
anyway.
lots of people look after you, and yeah,
And
you
then
lose
get,
all
like,
responsibility
you get
for
like
anything.
Easter eggs and presents again and stuff.
Lovely.
Nice.
So I would rather have a shorter lottery-winning life, please,
Absolutely.
and live that one life to the full, rather than
With lots of money.
yeah. And I can pay lots of money to stay away from the youth.
You do sound old. You're like the old man in Up. That's what you're
That's
like.
going to be me when you die, because you are dying before me. I am
we
just
have
going
discussed this many times.
just
That
gonna
wasn't
be
a revelation or anything.
to be a grumpy old
Old
man. And I
man.
can't wait. I can't wait just to get rid of the...
For me to die.
Do you know what? No, that's the silver lining.
Me dying.
Of the cloud of your death, is that I can go, do you know what? This is traumatic and obviously very tragic. But I can now just be a grumpy old I mean, I'm
I'm
already
going to
am
call
anyway.
this podcast like Tiff dies and Matt's happy. Oh, and Gin.
Do you know what? Old people have got it though. Like, I had a FaceTime with my nan. She can say what the fuck she wants now.
She does indeed.
And she does. She
Yeah,
does.
she does.
Like, and they just do. I don't know whether it's a thing that they consciously
What
do.
age can you say what the fuck you want?
Well, you can say it now, but
31?
you get punched quite a lot.
My birthday's in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Your birthday... Oh, hold on. Your birthday's 2 weeks today, then.
Yeah, technically we should be recording a pod on my birthday.
Oh, shit the bed.
Well,
That
try
could-
not to. At what age is it acceptable to shit the bed?
I see what you did there. Love it. Okay, you're...
Right, my last Would You Rather, this was from Shaz as well. Good questions from Shaz this week. Would you rather spend, and I've thought about this so I know my answer.
Oh, damn.
Would you rather spend a 5-hour-long dinner with no alcohol with a very annoying person, or spend 5 hours at a music concert for a group that you detest?
Well, there's food at the dinner.
This is Tiff's filters, everybody. She's
There-
thinking, well,
There's
Food.
but there's no alcohol. But
no
there's
alcohol.
still food.
Basically,
But there's alcohol at the gig, like when you took me to Eminem.
yeah.
Ah,
So would you rather do the... But let's add it. This dinner is at whatever restaurant you want in the world.
but it's with someone that's really annoying.
But someone who... they're just annoying and you can't drink.
But a 5-hour gig where there's alcohol.
That's a hell of a gig, isn't it?
It's a lot of
5 hours.
alcohol as well. But a group you
But
don't
a group
like.
that you don't like.
Detest. That is a toughie.
I don't think it is tough.
What would you go? You'd go
I'd
for
do-
dinner then?
No, I'd go to the
Oh.
concert.
Oh,
Of course I'd
why
go
are
to
you
the
trying
concert.
to put me on the dinner then? You were literally trying to swerve me onto the dinner.
So that I can go to the concert and you go to the dinner.
Am I the annoying person at your dinner?
Yeah, there it is. Finally, it has landed. You are the annoying person I have to spend 5 hours with.
Fuck you.
No, I would pick the concert because
I think I would pick the concert because there's alcohol.
there is alcohol and this is a bit hippy-dippy, you might not like it, but at least you're surrounded by other people having fun.
Oh.
So you can kind of you can just...
Your old man grumpiness just went out the window.
I know.
You're
This-
like,
I'm
I
such-
just like everyone else having fun.
I'm such a
You're
contradiction.
going to a K-pop concert, like,
Oh, fuck.
like, do you know when they went to like Burj Khalifa?
Yeah.
And the whole area was filled.
And do you know what, actually? That crowd is going to be fucking annoying, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Whether they're having fun or not, I'm going to want to kill all of them. Oh,
I'm going to go for the dinner.
I'm going with the concert.
You're going to a K-pop
Just
concert.
because, also, and this is my social skills or lack of showing up, I would feel far more pressure at that dinner that for 5 hours I've got to like hold conversation. And I don't talk to people anyway.
Yeah, that is true. Is it just one person at the table?
Well, that's what I thought. If it's me one-on-one with an annoying person...
If you had to go to that dinner, where would you choose?
It's 5 hours. So
5 hours, but no
Rainforest
alcohol.
Cafe.
Oh my God. How...
Just so that I could like look at the animals.
You don't then have to have the annoying person at dinner because the whole fucking place is annoying.
It's brilliant though, isn't it?
No.
I love Rainforest Cafe and I miss it.
You're a fool. Fool.
I wish there was one in Ibiza.
The one in Dubai was pretty bad in comparison to like the one in London.
Are you saying that because maybe you did the London one?
No,
when
I
you were
did it as an
younger?
adult.
Oh, we did it, didn't
I've been
we?
there as an adult.
We've done the London one too.
Didn't we go there for one of the kids' birthdays?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Or maybe mine.
But
It could have been my birthday.
But then we went to Rainforest Cafe, just us.
Yeah. No, we
In
went with John
Dubai.
McGovern.
Yeah, just us.
Yeah, just speaking of annoying people at dinner.
Yeah, I think I would do the concert.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Because I'd like a concert anyway. I'm sure by the end of those 5 hours, I would have found something that I can enjoy.
When we went to M&M, you bought me double vodka Red Bulls
Well, I've got to get you
after
through
the
it,
2
haven't I?
bottles of wine.
That was an incredible concert.
Yeah, but I don't like M&M, so you had to like feed me up with rosé before we left.
Well, I know how to please my wife.
Indeed.
Here's to that. Get her drunk.
Yep. And with that, it's dot on the hour, and it's the end of the pod.
It is. How do you feel?
I feel a lot better.
Yeah? Well, not only just sort of like this afternoon, but like, and this is a way of ending the week.
Yeah, it's nice, and I know
Good
that
to
we're
see
gonna
the
have
back of this
We're
week.
going to have a nice dinner. We obviously now have to edit the pod and stuff, but that's cool.
Do we?
Yeah, because it goes out to... Well, yes.
I edit the pod.
I write the notes and
Let's
I do
not
the
have a
website
domestic to
and I
end
do
this
the
pod. It's
things
been a
and
good
stuff.
pod. It's been a good pod. Let's not divorce live on a pod, shall we?
Hold on, what was the reason of divorce you spoke about earlier or the other day?
It was
Oh,
earlier
it's because
today.
I watched an episode of House Without You.
You did watch an episode of House Without Me, and that...
Even though we've watched it like 14 times
but it's
through.
unacceptable.
Okay, I'm sorry. We can watch it again. Anyway, thank you very much.
You're more than welcome, and thank
for
you.
looking
I
after
think
me
it's
this week.
sometimes it's weird that the pod does this for us. I'm glad that people enjoy listening, but we've said
But
it
yeah,
before.
actually, we'd do
If
it
nobody
without.
listened, we'd still do it because we like just sitting down and talking shit for an hour.
We do.
And it does make us feel better, which
It
is
does.
good. So thank you for sticking with us, and thank you actually for some of you just helping us get through this week.
And guys, can I just make a quick plea? All of our reviews on Apple Podcasts have disappeared. So if you could just go on and scroll to the stars and redo your review, I'd be really, really helpful. Really helpful. It would be really, really helpful, and I'd be really, really happy.
We've done a lot of begging on this pod, but that's because we need
Well,
you.
I don't think we're going to get to go to the Maldives, so at least we can get his 5 stars.
True. That's actually a very good point. As you come to the end of this pod, if you're still listening to us rambling on, if you are unable to fund us going to the Maldives, that's fine, but you do have to go and give us a 5-star review. That's the compromise.
That is the compromise, really. Either Maldives
Or a 5-star
or
review.
tap a few buttons on your phone.
Yeah, it's not hard, is it? Stop scrolling for 30 seconds of your life and give us a 5-star review.
Thank you very much. We love you.
We do. Thanks so much.
See you next week.
Episode 42 next week. What are we doing?
Closer to 50.
Oh, bye!